familiar with the LEGO Marvel Superheroes theme, this is essentially one of the little $10 mech sets from LEGO Marvel. And I do think that's a bit strange that they just use that exact same build design in Monkey Kid rather than Marvel, because we've never seen it used outside of Marvel. But that's certainly not a complaint, because I think this works really well as a just general mech design, and I think it's really cool, and I like getting it for a non-Marvel character. You can see it comes with this huge staff for Monkey Kid. In the show, Monkey Kid's staff can expand and shorten, and I guess this is just a way for them to give us a slightly larger version of the staff. There's also a slightly smaller version of this, but a larger version than the traditional staff that also is included in this set, but we'll take a look at that when we take a look at the minifigures. But yeah, I just wanted to point out the staff now because I'm going to remove it so I can show you guys the mech a little bit better, because this thing definitely, like, creates a lot of weight in this build. But you can see it's just connected with a Tectic pin right there and very easy to remove. But here's a look at the mech on its own, and it has the same issues a lot of the Marvel mechs have, where it's a pretty fun toy. It has a lot of posability for something so small, but it struggles a lot in terms of stability. Like, if you try to get this in any specific poses, like, it's very quick to fall over, especially if you have the staff in the hand, because this does weigh a lot in comparison to the mech. So if you intend to, like, play with this, you really have to have a hand on it at all times, or have it, like, posed on top of studs. But that aside, there is a lot of posability in it, right? The legs can move, the knees can move, and then also the individual feet can move and rotate. Same thing with the arms. The arms themselves can move, but then there's also an elbow joint, and then there's a little individual hand joint. And then both of the hands have 3 fingers and a thumb, and these can each be posed individually, so if you wanted to, like, grip the staff, you can have all the fingers in, or if you wanted to be given, like, a high five, you can have all the fingers out. And that's how I had it earlier, with the staff in his hand. I just had the fingers curled around it, and while it's only actually held in one hand, you can make it look like it's being held in 2. This compartment right here out the front can actually open up, and that's where you can place Monkey Kid inside. And then you can close it back up around him, and there's how he looks like actually in the mech. You can see there's this little stickered screen piece in front of him. Just has some numbers, looks like maybe a little heart rate monitor. And then around the back of the mech, they use some mini ball joints to create like a little bit of a monkey tail, which I actually think is pretty cute. It just ends on a ball joint. I wish there was a little bit of a better end to the tail, but I think it's pretty cool. There's also some seemingly random, like this is a Tectic pin, and this is just like a bar piece right here. I'm not sure why those are there. They're not that aesthetically pleasing, and I don't believe they connect to anything in the set, so if anybody knows what these are supposed to be, let me know. And then finally, you can see there's some stickered slope pieces on the backs of the hands. They are identical, just mirrored. And yeah, I think that's about it for the main bits of the Monkey Kid mech. The other build is this little cloud flyer right here, which I can't really tell, like, I'm not sure, but it becomes a little platform for the Monkey Kid mech, and I think it actually works really well as that. It's just a little cloud platform like Monkey Kid has for himself and some other sets, but having it for this larger mech is actually quite cool, and I like that a lot. Also, some interesting parts on the bottom. You could see